Hello. Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. How's everyone doing? Hello, Aunt Duddy, Andrea Black, Star. Hello, of course, to Lizzie B. Hello, Bonbon. Hello, Tune the News, Lido. Hello, Lily D, Nora K, Issa Min, RN Sandy 425. Lily, where'd it go? Connolly, I thought, yeah, O'Connell, Lily O'Connell. Hello, hello, Catherine. Hello, Ida, Not 20, Vita, Kizzy, Tina, the Llama, London, UK girl, Linda, KT Dunn, Ophi, Jan Williams. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So, thank you, Blue Star, Louise Patterson. Thank you all so much for being here. So, there's a lot going on, and I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I wanted to just kind of leave it kind of open today and ask questions. You guys can ask me questions, just so that, because I know a lot of times I can't get to your questions, although your super chats are always appreciated, of course. But if you want to ask me a question, I'm going to try to get to more questions today and just talk about a couple of things. First and foremost, uh, yes. So if you are on Facebook, please remember to go ahead and follow me on Facebook. I post videos with Otis and clips of my regular videos on YouTube and some of the longer version videos as well on Facebook I post. So please remember to follow me there if you are on Facebook. And Lizzie B helps me in the chat. So welcome, Lizzie B. Thank you so much for your support. And I I watched this lady on, I think I see her on Facebook. There's a couple of things that I see. I like that club, that We Do Not Care club, that lady on Facebook. And there's another one. What is her name? She always talks about her teenage daughter. And you all know I have a teenage daughter. And I just let me just vent for a minute, y'all. Let me just vent because y'all might see me in a little funk today. I just got off the phone with that girl, and sometimes I think that girl is going to put me in an early grave. I'm telling you. I just cannot handle having a teenage daughter. I'm just going to be real and upfront. Sometimes I am at my wit's end. And there's this lady that I follow who goes through the same thing with her daughter, and I just love watching her post because I'm like, girl, I feel you. It's like I feel like I'm not the only one. It's just sometimes, and this just happened before I'm starting this live, so I don't want to be in a funk. But that little girl has got me ready to wring her neck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just that is just why I might be a little bit short and funky today because it's just too much. It's too much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Two girls. Oh no. Oh no. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I mean, they like come from a different dimension. Their thinking is so sideways. It's like I just can't understand for the life of me the things that she says and thinks and expects me to do. It's like I could go on a tantrum right now if I needed to about this girl and her thoughts. It's just it's hard. It's struggle is real, folks. The struggle is real. So, yeah. So I'm just going to try to have a good live and not have to worry about that girl upsetting me right before I came on here just now. Cuz it just mm, mm, mm. Is it time for that girl to graduate and get out this house? Because I'm going to tell you, that's going to be a celebration for me. That's going to be time for me to celebrate. Because right now, what I'm going through is just too much to handle sometimes. Oh, my goodness. Whew, 4 daughters. Elkie, what in the world? I just, my son Nelson, bless his heart, was the sweetest, kindest, no trouble giving kind of a child. But they made a whole different breed of child when they created teenage girls, okay? Like that's a whole nother universe of crazy that I just am not ready to deal with. Especially at this time of my life, considering I am a part of the We Don't Care Club. If you know what I mean, for pre-menopause, menopause, and post-menopause women. I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Whew, where is Lord Jesus? Let me just got my little scratcher here. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna talk about some things. I do have a Patreon, and I have videos. You can see videos with me and my daughter in my Patreon. Half the time, I just can't even post the stuff with her. Because she's just a little out there. I don't think I was ever that kind of child. When I go back to think, was I like this with my mother? And I don't think so. I mean, I was an angel. I know some of y'all may not believe it. I mean, I think I have moments, but nothing like this. I think there's something in the water with kids today. There's something going on. There is just a level of unrealistic behavior that you leaves you speechless sometimes. It's just like, what? And I don't get it. But I'm trying to keep myself free, if you know what I mean. Yes.
On the phone.
I just started my live.
You owe me.
Are you serious?
They lost them. They thought they were lost in the mail. They sent them a whole nother set that they've got at the house. I gave them. You did not pay for those. Hey.
You get on my nerves. I need to verify.
Go ask them.
I need to verify.
Go ask them.
Okay, I just lost a bet with my husband.
I'm
I'm not telling him what the bet was. Okay. I'm not saying that. But I'll tell him what happened. But I don't believe, because you could be lying. You just went over there?
I handed him, I swear on Athena's life. He goes, we're not models. We've never done any modeling.
And they did lose photos.
We thought these were lost in the mail, and the company sent us a free set of the exact same pictures.
Well, give them back. I'm going to use the frames.
Well, no, they're probably going to give them away to family members. They're theirs. You didn't pay for them. They paid for them.
I could have swore I paid for those.
No, they paid for those.
Okay, first Athena, now my husband.
Brenda,
No. You get on my nerves. Right now, you and that daughter are yours, okay?
How many people are watching?
I am so mad I lost a bet. I'm so mad, but I'm going to confirm it. I
swear on my daughter's life.
Okay, let me tell y'all what happened. Bring me that photo of Otis, please.
Where is it?
It's right there on the wall. I'm going to show y'all what happened. I just officially lost a bet. Okay, thank you. So let me tell y'all what happened. This is not my day. So I ordered some photos that you can have framed from your phone. Like you pick pictures on your phone to have them framed, and they come in these frames like this. Now this here, this is one of the frames that they come in like this. However, this frame is special because I had the picture that Maria D'Angelo, she made this of Otis for me, and she sent me the photo. And this photo fit perfectly in this frame. Well, I ordered pictures from my phone in these frames, so the pictures would come already in frames like this. Okay, so this was my first picture of Otis. Isn't it cute that Maria created for me? Oh, here he come, here he come. Okay, Otis. Ugh. Here's a blank one. Okay, so you want to say hi to the people? Okay, come say hi. Come say hi. Oh, Otis. Okay, look. Okay, say hi. Okay, say hi. He wants to say hi. Okay. So that's what happened, right? So I got more of these in the mail. I got some with pictures in them that were on my phone, and then I went and ordered, I know I'm not going crazy, but I remember purchasing more of these frames because I thought I could just print the pictures and put them in my own frame. So I had these frames ready to be have pictures put in them, that just sitting around the house. And then I gave one of the frames to my husband. I said, why don't you put a picture of your parents in one of the frames? And so he was doing that. And you know how the frames come with pre-pictures in them of people that you don't know? Like, so you can kind of get a feel for the frame with strangers and their photos. Now, keep in mind, these frames have been sitting around my house for about a couple of months. Just hadn't had time to do it. So as my husband was putting the picture of his parents in one of the frames, he had to take out the one picture that came pre-populated. And he looked at the picture and he said, this looks like our neighbor. And he told me, and I'm like, is that our neighbor? And he was like, yeah. And then I said, well, here are some more frames with the same family, with the wife, the husband, the kids. And I'm just thinking, I'm sorry, it's just a white family. I'm thinking, I don't know these people. They just a family. Well, my husband said he knows the people in the frames, and he says it's our neighbors. I'm like, no, it's not. What are these? Are people? These are stock photos. These are not real people that we know. And as we look through all the pictures, my golly, it was the whole family in every picture. And I didn't even realize it. My husband did. But I was certain that this was not pictures of our neighbors, because I've done stock photos with my daughter. If you go to Lowe's today, you'll see a big stock photo of me and my daughter. Yes, the crazy one, the one I just was upset about. You'll see a picture of us when she was a sweet little angel, when she was so lovable. I miss those days. There's a big picture of us at Lowe's department store if you go in the paint section. I see these pictures everywhere. I see them in magazines. I see them in videos. I saw it on Netflix. They're everywhere. So I thought this family was nothing. They just took some stock photos, our neighbors, because I almost was certain I bought these frames. And my husband is certain that no, I didn't buy the frames. Their neighbors, these frames were falsely delivered to us, and our neighbors ordered these pictures for them. And I am thinking, in my right mind of thinking, I purchased these frames. And he says, no, I'm almost certain these are the frames that our neighbors ordered, and they were delivered to the wrong house.
So can they hear me?
I think so. Yes, they can hear you.
So folks, I know I don't talk much because I'm a man of very few words. And the only reason I'm a man of very few words is because P. Dinah uses all the words. Okay. So my point is this. Does it make more sense that our neighbors' photos got misdelivered to our address, or that our neighbors are all professional models? Which one makes more sense?
Look, okay. I'm just a regular person. I've taken photos with my daughter and they end up everywhere. And besides, I remember ordering frames. I remember it. I remember ordering frames. Okay. So we made a bet. Now, we taunt each other about who's going to end up losing the bet. Because my thing was I was going to get my feet massaged for an hour massage when I won the bet. Now I'm not going to tell you what my husband wanted, okay? But he's saying I lost the bet because he just went next door to the neighbors, and the neighbor said yes, we did order these, and they sent us a new set because we never got the first one. So apparently, I lost the bet, but I'm going to go confirm it with the neighbors just to make sure. Because I remember purchasing these frames.
So let me ask the folks out there. Now, what's it going to seem like when my wife marches over there and confronts them and goes, "Are these really pictures you ordered?" She's going to look like a crazy woman, because I already took them their frames and they already said, "Yeah, these are our vacation pictures. Thank you." Now she's going to go over there questioning them about it when they've already confirmed it.
Well,
so, and then she goes, "I don't believe my husband."
Well, what about the frames that I bought? I bought frames. I know I bought frames.
Like I said, you need to contact the place you bought it from and said you didn't get your frames.
It was a while ago. I don't even remember where I bought them from.
Our neighbors contacted and said, "Hey, we never got our frames with the pictures in them, and they got a free set." Well, guess what? That's what you should do.
Okay, well, I'll still confirm it.
All right.
Okay.
P. Dinah,
be gone with you.
You're dismissed.
Be gone with you. Go. All right. So anyway, folks, it's not my day. I want to first thank somebody that sent me a super chat, because that is just lovely. You just brighten my day just a little bit better, because I'm telling you right now, it's been one of those days for me, and I am very grateful for your super chat. Let's see what you said. Okay. Hi. Okay. Ruperto Pasilas. Thank you so much for your super chat. Ha ha ha. Your daughter sounds like trouble. Yes, she is. I love your show, P. Dinah. This is for your daughter to go get an ice cream and leave. You the heck alone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I need a break today. Now my husband is going to be down my throat. And now my daughter, when she gets home from the mall, I just, we don't care club is helping me get through the trauma. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much for that. Okay. So we're going to answer some questions. I'm going to just answer your question. Yes, we do. We do have malls up in northern Columbus. Yes, we do. The Polaris Mall. Her dress that came in for homecoming was too small. It's an extra small. She needs to put on some weight. So she went to the mall to get a dress because it's this Saturday. So yes, we do have malls. And yeah, my goodness. All right. So there is a lot going on. There's something I wanted to address from my last video. I got a lot of people making comments about that. And it was when I mentioned in the video that because there's some things that have come out about Thomas Markle, about now Mr. Markle came out and refuted some things, but I have some info around that I want to mention, but also that the story was that I mentioned in my video. It's just a small part of the video where I mentioned, because, I mentioned that, it would have been nice for the royal family to, help Mr. Markle navigate through all this PR and things that he had to go through with his daughter, because he does share grandchildren with the king. It would have been nice for the king to offer him some help and support, considering that Meghan has turned her back on her dad. A lot of people were not happy about that. They thought, well, Mr. Markle, he shouldn't expect that, or the king doesn't have to give any help to Mr. Markle. And yeah, he doesn't have to. And yeah, I think, yeah, you don't have to do anything. I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, because you are such a public family and your reputation is definitely impacted by the things that Meghan does. We saw put out a Netflix documentary. We saw what Harry did with Spare. Like, and you see how she's treating her father as a courtesy, perhaps maybe try to help alleviate some of the burden that he did not expect to have to deal with. That was my point, that he could get a little, just someone to help him navigate PR, send someone out to speak to him about how to deal with the press. Give him some support, and if certain things happen, it would behoove you to perhaps do X, Y, and Z, because you're now vicariously through your daughter's marriage to our son, you're part of the public eye persona. You're on a global stage, so to speak. And I know it's something that they're not used to. So my whole point was that perhaps maybe they could have been contacted to learn how to navigate with the press. That was my point. And but certainly not something that he should have had to do. I just think it would have been nice to extend a courtesy to help that family navigate how to deal with the press. Because because if some of you heard what was happening, a lot of people were like camping out at their house, and like really harassing them when Mr. Markle would go to the store, and putting just stories, wild, crazy stories in the paper. Just seeing him go to the store, purchasing beer for the guards at the border in Mexico, and they would get him not looking very, like uh, off guard, so to speak. He's not expecting people to be taking his picture and publishing it in a paper for the whole world to see. Like, these are things that I think they should have had some support. And it's never happened before. You've never had someone marry into the family that disowned a family member, and then that family member had to learn how to navigate press intrusion. No one thought that, marrying Meghan Marry into the royal family, she would do that to her family. But because she did do that, because she was such a cold-hearted snake of a woman, extend a courtesy to help them learn how to deal with the press. You've got so much experience. What would the harm have been to extend a courtesy, considering that old skank of a woman Meghan wouldn't do it? So that was that thing with that. That's what I was trying to say. So I just thought I'd mention it here, because there's a lot of people commenting, and I just wanted to say something. But the other thing was what has happened recently with Thomas Markle now coming out and saying that, he wasn't stuck on the 17th floor or 19th floor. And I can tell you exactly what happened, why Samantha said what she said, from what I've seen. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, she got this message from her dad, like, you know, and it was in the middle of the night or something like that, from Samantha. And of course, Samantha's probably freaking out because her dad is thousands of miles away. She's confined to a wheelchair. She doesn't know what's going on. The message was cut off, and she was freaking out, letting people know, like, my dad's trapped, because that's what he said in the text message. And then I guess it comes out later that, okay, he's fine. Well, at the time when Samantha got the information, she was in the dark about a lot of the information. Okay. And so Thomas Markle, I don't think, debunked lies or anything, or Samantha did anything wrong. She simply had said what she said, considering the information that she had at the time. Now, if the information ends up changing and he's fine now, okay, well, okay, he's fine now. But at the time, it was a dire situation. And I know if I'm a daughter and my father is being compromised and I only get part of the information, I'm freaking out trying to figure out what is going on. And now that they're public people, any and everything that they say is going to be turned into a news story. Other people are going to pick it up, And I spoke to Samantha, where I texted with her. And at the time, she only had the information that she had, which sounded like she was really concerned. I just don't think she's going to make up and lie about something like that. Think lies, that's a harsh thing to say. I think the information got crossed when she was updated to when it was reported on, So I'm just acknowledging that the story has been updated. Apparently, Mr. Markle is fine. But there's no need, I think, to blow it out of proportion and call Samantha a liar or saying Mr. Markle is throwing his daughter under a bus or whatever. It's not like that. I don't think personally, with the information that I came across and what I read. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's see what else we're going to talk about. So let me just go through a couple of messages and my goodness. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, I'm reading. She decided to face him. May not make him fall for. I'm just looking for a question because I want to try to just answer some questions. I'm just going through some of these. Actually, and I can actually start on a story. There was something else that I did want to talk about. I guess apparently Harry is bringing his brother William into a whole new lawsuit again or something like that. That child, he's like a teenage girl, isn't he, that Harry? Like, can you imagine what the king is going through? Now William has to go through something. Okay. Oh, shoot, here it is. Okay. So, Princess Carlisle, do you think Catherine wore gray because of the Manchester attacks? Yes, I did hear about the Manchester attacks. I don't know too much about it, but I can pull something up real quick about it. And that is just, I just, I don't know what is happening in this world. I don't. Uh, there's been a lot of things happening, a lot of attacks with a few big high profile stories with attacks on with knives. Um, and it's just unbelievable. It's so crazy what is happening in the world today. So let me just, I'll pull up this story that I found on it. Now, let me see. And it would seem like Catherine to downplay her clothing considering an attack. And I would almost have to say Princess Carlisle that yes, she probably more than likely did because she's that kind of a person. I think she's a very considerate person. And let me see. Princess of Wales. And I could see that being something that she would do. So let's see. Okay, so after the attacks at the synagogue, the Prince and Princess of Wales, they issued a statement of condolences. And I don't know if maybe some of you I'm pretty sure you all have heard about it. I mean, it's big news. It's because of Yom Kippur. They did this attack and it was a terrorist attack. They're saying it was terrorism on this synagogue. Um, so I will share with you what I am looking at so we can all see it together. Okay, so Catherine and William and King Charles made an emotional statements after this fatal synagogue attack on Yom Kippur. It is my wife and I have been deeply shocked and saddened to learn of the horrific attack in Manchester, especially on such a significant day for the Jewish community, said the king. Um, and the prince and Princess of Wales, or the king, he released this statement through Buckingham Palace's spokesperson. Um, yes, so it goes on to say that our thoughts and prayers are with all those affected by this appalling incident, and we greatly appreciate the swift actions of the emergency services. The Prince and Princess of Wales released a statement as well. Our thoughts are with the victims and families of this terrible attack at Heaton Park Synagogue. The fact that the tragedy occurred on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar, makes it all the more shocking. We are thinking of the entire community as well as the emergency responders who attended this terrible incident. They said in a statement that was signed with their initials WNC for William and Catherine. So this was released on their Instagram. Yeah, just absolutely terrible. Just terrible. I mean, there's just a lot going on in the world today. A lot of just craziness happening. Um there was a story about a young girl who was also attacked here in the States. And I saw a news briefing about it. And apparently the guy that did this had been in prison like 39 or arrested like 39 times over a span of 10 years. And the judge that let this person out should be shamed for allowing this to even this person to be out in the community. So I think a lot of people who have issues, who are not mentally stable, who are just pure evil, have been released from prison for who knows what reason, considering they have these records, and then they end up committing these harmful acts to people in the community. And and I don't say what I'm going to say to do a promotion or anything, but I say what I'm going to say just because that is directly in line with the work that I do with my charity, only to, talk to young people. I think there's a disconnect with young people and mental health in general. The parents don't know how to parent anymore. Kids are not being raised in a way that they show even basic decency to other people. There is this social construct in the world where the moral decline of people is going down the drain. And you need to go back to the basics. I was watching the Hodge twins the other day. Now, I don't agree with a lot of things that they say, but this one video that they were watching, the one thing that they said, that it goes back to education and to really helping these kids who are being raised by these parents who don't have any values, moral values, who are just crazy ghetto is all ghetto, and are not raising children in a way that makes them outstanding members of the community. And it goes back to the home. Every single thing that you see, generally, the majority of things goes back to your home life. Who were you raised by? Who brought you up? What were the values in your home? Did your parents know where you were? Did they instill kindness in you? Did they address you when you were like, there were people that are being bullied that don't even have parents that show these children that that's wrong to do. Like, there are things that are not being addressed. It gets out of control, and before you know it, these kids are adults, they're committing crimes, and you've got a whole society of young people just running rampant, and people who are raised by not good people, and they just commit acts of violence. They treat people horribly, and it's an epidemic. And I think that's the mission of my work, which at the point that I'm at now, considering the day I've had, I'm almost done trying to even do what I'm doing for my charity because the funding we lost. It's almost like why do I have to work this hard to try to do something good? You know, if the community, if the people that support your charity, like the state, takes away your funding, well, they don't care, and we're trying to help them, to help the police officers that are out there policing the community, helping these children have a place to go and not be, products of the street to go out and commit crimes and do horrible things to people, unsuspecting people. It's just out of control, and I don't even know how much more I can do, to be quite honest. I'm almost just done. I'm ready to just go on an island somewhere and just not have to talk to anybody anymore, because even the people running the state sometimes don't even get it. They're just about what they do in their job and trying to be these power hungry people to flex their power and do what they want to do. It's just it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot. So, but I'm not going to just, I don't know. Yeah. Yes, Jay Evans, it's an uphill battle. You got that right. You got that right. It's like at this point, I don't even know anymore. I really don't know. I am just trying to do the best I can. Trying to do the best I can. Okay, so uh biblical and predicted. It's all biblical and predicted. Yeah, I mean, hey, I can't disagree with that. Can't disagree with that. All righty. Let's see. Any more questions? Poor man, his wife and son. Yeah, I'm sure we all have stories, don't we? We all know of things that have happened, whether like in your community or in, like a state somewhere else where, you see all these things happening, and you just have to question like what is going on in the world. There's a lot of not good things, but there are a lot of good people too. So, and I must say the thing that keeps me going truly is the kindness that I get from you all doing my show and the work that I am doing, the support you give me, because I want to do what I do also in a way that comes from a perspective of learning. I don't want to come across as mean and bullying, but I think Meghan Markle and Harry have done a lot of damage. They've done a lot of wrong. And I think a lot of young people will look up to them as being heroes when the reality is they're not heroes. Look at the parents of the children that they have now who are going to be in a home with Meghan and Harry, who have treated their families horribly. It all goes back to the home. Everything that we do goes back to the home. How you were brought up, who raised you. Are you able to learn from your mistakes? Are you able to try to be a better person? Are there consequences for your bad behavior? That's what it's all about. The royal family didn't do anything to Harry to make him do the things that he did. Meghan's father didn't do anything to make her disown him the way she has. He did nothing that would warrant Meghan treating her father the way she has done, how she has treated him. It all goes back to the home. Every single thing. So as much as people like to lift up these bad actors, Harry and Meghan, for the things that they do, you know you're really truly not looking at it from the perspective of their families and how they've been affected by the actions of Harry and Meghan. Imagine, even for William, having private details about you put in a book by your brother, like the private things Harry said about William. And William hasn't done anything to warrant his brother to do that to him. William and Catherine are just living their lives. They may have had conversations in private that have upset Harry because they weren't so trusting of Meghan for their reasons. They had their reasons, but it was a private conversation. It wasn't something that they wouldn't announce on the world stage. We don't like that Meghan girl because I can look at her and tell she is not a good person, Harry. She is not a good person for you to marry. He didn't go out in the public and say these things about Meghan. He didn't mistreat her when she came to the family and rolled his eyes at her and refused to shake her hand or refused to go to the wedding. They were very cordial. And in private, they had some disagreements. But what Harry did is he took the argument to the public. He put it all out on the public stage. And William and the things that they fought about were all in private. There was no reason for Harry to gain financially from disclosing things that he and his brother did in private. And that is just wrong. And now he's trying to weasel his way back into his life as a royal without even trying to, and not to say that this should be an excuse for him to be able to come back, but he hasn't shown any remorse. He's not even apologetic. If anything, he feels entitled to come back into the royal family because he misses them. I look at him like, so why do you think you should be allowed to now come back into the royal family having not even once apologized about anything or shown any remorse? Not only that, but expecting an apology from the royal family to that woman, wife of yours. That is some crazy talk right there. Harry needs to wake up and realize. I hope William doesn't give that Harry the time of day for what he has done. Imagine what it was like for Catherine and her going through her illness, and Harry out here acting up, talking about the family, profiting from royal insight, secrets, or things, or just personal things. And your wife is going through a cancer diagnosis. Your father is going through a cancer diagnosis. And here you are, the moron of the century, out there trying to profit off of your family because of that weasel wife of yours telling you how you can make some money. All Harry had to do was to look at how Meghan treated her own family to know that that was not going to be a good wife for him. They always say, look at how your future spouse or the person that you're looking to marry, look at how they treat their family. Look at how they treat other people to know if they're a good person. Because if they're treating them like that, they're going to treat you like that one day too. And that's exactly what Harry deserves. He deserves it all coming to him. And it will in time when they're ready to pull a lever and be done with this marriage. Because Meghan is just not a good person. She is just not. Heather Gotcha, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. I hope you enjoy the videos and things that I've put on my members. I just released a video about, I think it was on Monday. And thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. So you just have to look at what Harry has done to understand that he is going to deserve everything coming to him because he is not remorseful. He is not trying to do the right thing by his father. He's showing entitlement by trying to walk back into a life that he misses, as if he can just pick up where he left off. And I hope William reminds him, I'm sorry, but the world just doesn't work like that. The world doesn't work like that. You better show up and apologize. You better show up and try to earn your way back. You better show up and try to, hope we forgive you. Because I can see William now. William's still looking at Harry with the side eye. He's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with you. Like, that's my version of what William is doing right now. Okay. Because William's not having it. He's not having it, as he should not. Because that's a bunch of goobly gockers as far as I'm concerned, the way he's behaved. So, a couple other things that are happening here in royal news. Now, Harry is apparently looking to start this. There's some kind of investigation or lawsuit that he's trying to do with the Daily Mail over some private investigators that were paid, he's saying, by the Daily Mail. And the Duke and the Prince and Princess of Wales are a part of this, and now they have to deal with Harry once again, bringing up their names, a part of a lawsuit. And it's just like, when does it end? Like, why is Harry even doing this? Why is this even a story? You wanting to sue the Daily Mail? This was something they were seeing like what, 20 years ago? I mean, it is so bad for Harry right now. I don't think we really understand how severe it is for Harry. I think that's just a sign of the mental well-being, that he's not in a good place mentally right now. I think that's why something like this is a part of the news now, because like there has to be financial issues. There's certain things that he's probably not able to move on with, or trying to get money. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense that there's some lawsuit now for things that happened years ago that you're trying to now bring back alive. Like, aren't you living your best life? Aren't you trying to still stay in California? That's what they're saying. But we all know Harry doesn't really want to stay in California. I think it's good for him temporarily, but long term, he's not happy there in California, because it's just not his vibe. And I think it speaks to marital problems as well, things that are happening in the household. Yeah. Now, okay, there was another thing that I wanted to mention about, and I'm still waiting to see if I can do it, but speaking of the Prince and Princess of Wales, and I spoke about this on my X account, there is this issue that I'm having with their offices, Kensington Palace. So I recorded the conversation, because let me tell you guys what happened, okay? Because I am trying to get a press pass for the Earthshot Prize Awards. Now, some of you may or may not know, I did attend the 2022 Earthshot Prize Award in Boston. I was able to get a press pass for that event, no problems. But for some weird reason, I am not able to secure a press pass for the Brazil Earthshot Prize later this year, or in November. The information that I'm getting from Buckingham Palace and from Kensington Palace is not very transparent. They are not responding to my email inquiries. I've been trying to get this press pass for 5 months now. And every single time I call, I don't know if it's my American accent or what, but they are the rudest, most unkind people I have ever had to deal with professionally. Because I keep it professional, okay? I was calling, hello, hello, hello. Yes, I'm inquiring about obtaining a press pass for the Earthshot Prize Awards. Like, I'm putting on my most cordial, nice voice. I'm very respectful, and for some reason, they're triggered by my voice. These people over in these palaces. God knows why. I don't know why. But they're just rude. And the audacity of when they've told me the email address, I'm grateful. I send off the info to the email they have given me, and I don't get one reply. I wait and I wait. And so I call back, and I've noticed a pattern. So I've been calling and dealing with them off and on every few weeks about, okay, no one's replied yet. I'm calling. Can I talk to somebody? Nope, this is the email address. well, ma'am, excuse me, but it's been several months. I'm not hearing anything. And then at one point, and I'm going to be very honest with you, I did kind of lose it because I'm like, look, I was like, look, I have been trying to get a hold of somebody about this press pass. Every time I call, you give me an email address. They're not responding. I talked to someone at Buckingham Palace. They're telling me you need to talk to someone at Kensington Palace. Kensington Palace doesn't know how to do anything. They say talk to the people at Earthshot. Well, they're not responding to the email address. I mean, at some point, I did lose it. And guess what happened? The lady hung up on me. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. So I called back and I said, we got disconnected. I don't know why we got disconnected. She goes, oh, well, you must have laid down the phone. And I'm thinking in my head, are you calling me a liar? Are you calling me a liar when you clearly know you hung up the phone, lady? That's what she said to me. I put down the phone. No, I did not. Okay. So I thought, well, let me call back. When I called back, and I was recording this time, and I have the recording of the lady hanging up on me for the third time. They hung up on me, and I have a recording. So I'm waiting to hear back if I can play this in my video because I want everyone to hear what has happened. Now, look, I can understand if you are in a position to only do so much, but to be rude, to hang up the phone on me is so beneath you as a member or an employee of the royal family. How is that possible that you can be this rude and you clearly know I'm a foreigner, right? Like, why are you being rude to me right now? I don't understand it. I'm not calling you asking if I can speak to William and Catherine. I'm not saying I'm the best friend of the king. Put him on the phone. I'm not talking crazy. I'm making a reasonable request. How do I apply for a press pass? Okay. I mean, think about it, folks. Even the White House is allowing social media people to have uh, past credentials to cover the White House. Yeah, that's what they're doing here. So it's not so far fetched that someone like me, considering I speak about the royals, to be able to cover the Earthshot Prize Awards. I mean, I did it in 2022. Nothing happened. You didn't see me run on the stage butt naked, making a fool of myself with the press pass you gave me. So why can't you what? Why am I having so many problems? And this is even further away. In 2022, it was just a few hours drive for me. I'm trying to put my butt on a plane to go cover this Earthshot Prize. And you're giving me these problems? And I said, well, I have a platform of people that really are invested in, the things that I do around the royal family. And she's like, well, the royals, they don't really care about that. That's what she said to me. She goes, oh, they don't care about that. I'm like, oh, is that so? They don't care about that? Really? They don't care about the people that I speak to about the royals, the Prince and Princess of Wales. They don't care. That's what she said to me. But I'm gonna tell you something. Once I get permission to air this video recording, I'm gonna do a video, let you hear what happened. Because I'm so upset by it. Because I am a professional woman. I'm not rude. I'm cordial. And I think considering I had one before and nothing happened that was bad, it would not hurt you to give it to me again. And I know some people in media who do already have their press passes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they have given some out. So that's what's happening. And I'm not happy about how I was treated, considering the work that I do here on this channel, which is not easy to do consistently. And you're going to treat me like this? And you're supposed to be the professional working for the royals, for the Prince and Princess of Wales? I wonder how they would feel about you speaking to me like this and saying that my platform doesn't matter to them. That's what she said to me. The nerve. And it just puts such a bad taste in my mouth about the Royals in general. I'm like, and I don't want to do that because they weren't there. But it's like, who do they have working for them that you could hang up the phone on me? That you are so rude that you can't even hang up the phone in a pleasant way. Like, you got to be like ghetto rude to me right now. I'm like, seriously, for real, for real? Is this the royal family's switchboard? Because this here feels really off. Like, who am I talking to? What universe am I in? Is this the same people that I speak about on my channel? The people who I give my time to? The people who I try to uplift and build up? You work for those people acting like this? It was off the charts. I couldn't believe it. The audacity. Folks, y'all, the moon done hit me some kind of way today. Okay, super sticker from Aofi. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate your super sticker. Mystica Rose, thank you so much for your super sticker. And of course, my Lizzie B. Thank you, Lizzie B, for your gifted P Dyna membership. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you. A little bit of sunshine to deal with all the negativity and bad things that happen. But you know what? And this is the thing that I also think is important. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have negative things happen to you in life. And how you deal with it is part of the things that you need to really focus on, how you react to the things, to the inevitable. Okay? Because I was really taken aback by the Royals switchboard people. But yeah. So let me just go through and see if I have any more questions. Yes, I know they are not to blame. Let me show Carmi. Yes, that's what I said. They're not to blame for that. They are not. But it's surprising that people that work for such, I mean, for me, the nice royals that would behave this way. So the prince and princess, or Prince William and Princess Catherine, are not to blame for some idiot. I am sure if they knew what happened, they would not be happy about it. And I absolutely agree with you. And and I think that's the upsetting part. I don't think that they would be too pleased with your behavior. Yes. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that, Blue Stars, that you're fighting cancer. Yeah, try to be positive and try to just put out good vibes, because this is a thing. Life is going to throw you curveballs. Life is going to do things to you that are just going to challenge you. And you know what? And this is why I think I did what I did with my phone calls to the royals. Maybe that person was having a bad day. And maybe I tried calling another day, and that's exactly what I did. Call another day. But it happened every single time I called. It wasn't just the one time. Yes. Now to Abby H, put it in the email register for grievances about how she spoke to you. And that's exactly right. I am definitely going to do that. Because I think, yeah, at the end of the day, somebody need to put you in your spot about how you're treating people, because that's just not okay. You need to learn something. Okay. Heidi, thank you, Heidi, for what you're mentioning here. You say listen to your podcast. I thought it was excellent. I really enjoyed it very, very much. We gained about the switchboard person from the British Palace is a fan of Meghan Markle. Oh, well, that probably could be too. So perhaps they're just like, well, we're gonna show you, Miss P Dyna. We're gonna show you. We like Meghan Markle. Okay. Don't let that bleed over into your work life. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's just not good. But you never know. Probably, maybe they are. Maybe they are. Um, yep. I'm definitely gonna talk about it. And someone said, yeah, contact Lady C about it. And I think, let me see, according to Lady C, the UK Post Office refuses to send parcels and letters to the US. Maybe the whole of that country refuses to help us Americans. Oh, I don't know anything about sending parcels and letters to the US. No, but oh, here's another thing I didn't mention. Thanks. I'm glad you mentioned what you mentioned about letters from the UK to the US. No, they do. I actually got a letter from the Prince of Wales's office. Um, I'm going to be doing a video for my members where I will talk about that in more detail. But I did send a letter to the Prince and Princess Wales about my charity and the work that I do and about them coming here, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I did get a very nice letter. So they did respond to my letter that I sent them with another letter, which was really nice surprise to get that. Um, yeah. So, yeah, of course. They've got me they've got a good side. I've got a good impression of them, their offices from that. But then this happened later. The phone call came after the letter. So like that's the most recent thing. So, yeah. All right. So anyway, so that's what's going on. I can't believe it's already been an hour for this live, but just wanted to come here and talk about a few things and to talk about the video that I did about my point of view on some things that people had a little bit of pushback, and that's okay to not agree with me. You're not going to agree with everything that I say. That's to be given. So but some of the points of views here and you being here and for your super chats and super stickers. Thank you so much for helping to brighten up my day. I just got to prepare myself for when my daughter gets home. I've got to prepare. So let me go do that because she should be home any minute now. And I'll just have to put off a little bit of love that I got from you all here today when I greet her when she comes back. I'm going to have to just prepare myself. Okay. So I will be putting out a video tomorrow and talking about the news of the Royals, and let's see what's happening tomorrow. But yeah, I listened to that Mark Dolan guy, and he has Harry and Meghan on 24/7 divorce watch. And yeah, I think there is something going to be coming just by this action with Harry and this lawsuit thing coming now. It's like, what are you thinking, Harry? What are you thinking? Just seems like he's dealing with some things for real, for real. Thank you, Lizzie B, for being here. Thank you so much for your super chats and super stickers to all the 6 people, or actually 5. I got 2 from Heather. Thank you again, Roberto. Thank you, Heather. Thank you to Mystica Rose. Thank you to Aolfi. And thanks, of course, to my wonderful Lizzie B, who is here every time to help out in the chat. And if you want to support my charity, Lizzie, if you could put that up, there is a link you can go to. It is a tax write-off. It is sort of supporting the work that I do with my charity, which I am going to continue to try. I'm going to try as much as I can. Your support really means a lot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel and for uplifting me. I'm human. We're all human. And hey, let's just try to make the best of it. Make the best of it. Even though I did lose that bet with my husband, which I do got to go confirm some things right now. I'll let you guys know what happened next week, Thursday. Okay? Okay. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Bye.